Now, good evening. It is the last Talk to Me Tuesday in November and the last one for this year. We're going to take December off. We are still doing Moving and Grooving every Monday night. So we're going to post them. Usually we record it on Sunday because Andrea and I look super awesome great on Sunday because we get ready for church and we want to look good for God. So we try to dress up for the big man upstairs. And so a lot of times we record it on Sunday. So we'll post it as soon as it's done. And then we really want you guys to put on your calendar that, if you're in the feed for the Shite Family Superstars Facebook page, you'll get a notification that Moving and Grooving has been posted. But, make sure that you watch for that notification and watch Moving and Grooving and let us know what your takeaway is, because we had several people post how many faces they would do by the end of this month. I know Amy posted how many faces she's doing. Vicky's got the flu, so she didn't post. Arlene posted. We had several people. Joan Teal posted, so I'm really excited about that. And I am wrapping up. I thought I was going to be wrapping up 40 faces, but sometimes we have to punt, and I'll be wrapping up 30 faces by the end of this month. But I'm so excited. I have to brag for a minute. Y'all want me to brag for a minute?
I'll brag on you.
Okay, Andrea's going to brag on me.
Guys, this chick has already sold over $7,200 with 30 faces, you guys. I mean, seriously, are we so excited and proud of her? Oh, and she's gold medaled. I think she's double gold medaled.
I gold medaled 2 months in a row. So thank you, Andrea. I just want, and the reason why we share that with you guys, and Andrea, with her surgery and everything, is selling product as well, holding appointments, having people drop by who feel sorry for her and selling them product. But we want you guys to know that we are working, okay? We are not, I'm going to mute everybody because we've got an echo here. There, let's see if that helps. Yeah, that helps. Andrea and I are working. Don't you like it when you know that your director is out in the field doing what you're doing and testing the waters? And, when we have an idea, we try it out before we share it with you. You are not our guinea pigs. You are our soldiers and our colonels and our majors and our generals. And, we want to be out in the field and be having the challenges you're having. Now, I had somebody send me a message when Andrea posted that on Facebook, and they said, do you ever have cancellations? Do you ever have people not buy anything? Yeah. Absolutely. So I'm just going to tell y'all real quick about the hostess I had yesterday that she and her daughters, it was almost a $500 show. It was, at first I thought it was $450 and then she ordered some more. But she contacted me right after I moved here about 3 years ago. And I was like, yay, already I'm getting contacts. And she said, I don't have a Mary Kay consultant anymore, and I just love their products. Can I buy from you? Now, you always have to watch out and make sure it's not a scam, right? Y'all know that, right? Okay, so I checked her out. She was cool. I looked her up on Facebook. She was a real person. And I said, absolutely, your first order with me as a brand new customer, you'll get 20% off. Okay, well, 20% off of a concealer wasn't that big of a savings, but she was so excited with her concealer. So I sent her concealer to her in the mail because she lives 2 miles up the road. And I included samples. I gave her the lookbook. I put her on my mailing list with preferred customer. And, meanwhile, I'm going on with my life and cultivating customers here and working with all my peeps and doing my thing. About 6 months later, she orders again. Guess what she orders?
Concealer.
A concealer. I'm so excited. I'm like, she uses the concealer every 6 months. So I sent it to her with samples and fun little lip gloss samples and microdermabrasion samples. And let's get together. I would love to meet you face to face. I've seen your picture on Facebook. You're so stinking cute. I mean, everything that we teach y'all to do. I don't hear from her for a year. Now, I don't notice it, but I hear from her about a year ago. She orders 2 concealers. And of course I say, I would love to get together with you and your daughters and, do mother-daughter makeovers and everything we teach y'all to do. She sends me a message about 6 weeks ago. Hey, one of my daughters is in college and she'll be home over Thanksgiving. Can we get together either Friday or the Monday after Thanksgiving? And I'm thinking, I better stock up on my concealers because she is a queen. Well, long story short, she came in. I did the TimeWise 3D for herself and her two of her daughters. I found out she has 5 kids and 3 grandkids, and she's beautiful. And you know, we do the TimeWise and everything. And then she said, well, this is nice, but I was really thinking of the other set. And I'm thinking, what other set? Volufarm. She has done her homework and used these samples I sent her, and she has finally run out of all her other products, and she's thinking about getting some professional work done, but before she does that, she really wants to try the Volufarm. And I said, well, I don't normally talk about that in an initial appointment because it is our priciest set. She goes, no, that the $200 set? I said, yes, ma'am. She goes, that's the set I want. Just, that's the set I want. I talk about the Skin Decorate brush. She says, okay, we'll need 2 of those. I talk about the botanicals for her daughter. Okay, she needs a set of those. I talk about the eyebrow. I'm trying to think, how much stuff can I talk about before 6 p.m. tonight? Because everything I mentioned, she goes, okay, we want that too. Okay, we want that too. Okay, we want that too. You guys, was it worth me putting up with her for almost 3 years buying her 4 concealers and just staying at it? And y'all got customers like that too. Just stick with it. Be loyal. Be committed to excellence, stick with it, and eventually they may call you and say, my daughter's in town from college. And I boxered Andrea today. Her daughter actually is a marketing major and owns her own business on the side in Utah. And I'm like, I am definitely talking to her about the Mary Kay career opportunity if she's already running a business. Mm-hmm. So guys, I just want to encourage you that I could have gotten very discouraged with that. But when you work on having 300, 400, 500 customers, you don't think about the one concealer lady. Mm-hmm. You don't let it bother you. But then when they do come around, you really celebrate. It's like the lady who lost lost the 1 coin, and she searches her house and she finally finds the 1 coin and she rejoices. So that was really fun. I've got a customer for life. And her daughters, customers for life, because, you know, I was willing to do that for them and give them that time. Okay, so I want, real quick, before we get too deep into what we're going to do tonight, I'm going to unmute Vicki. And Vicki posted on Facebook that the Moving and Grooving, where we talked about closing the sale, you know, taking people away from the table, she was like, that's not what I have an issue with. I have more of an issue with the marketing. So I wanted Vicki to kind of share with us. She is very good at closing the sales. She's been doing Mary Kay. She's been building her business a little over a year now. So Vicki, can you just share with everybody how you do your closing at the table and how you close your sets?
I'm a firm believer in doing a small amount of closing on each product as I'm putting it on or demonstrating it to them. Like, doesn't that feel great? Wouldn't you like to have that? Or, you know, depending on the person that it is. Mm-hmm. So I do a lot of verbal closing as I go along. And then once the party is, you know, pretty much wrapping down, then I do the individual closes and take them off to the side. I still do both. But I'm a firm believer that you've got to get some yeses and doesn't that feel great and everything as you're going along. And I really think that's a big secret in getting your final close done. Because really, if they're enjoying it and if they're liking it and they want it, it just comes down to the money then of what can they afford.
You know what, Vicki? Andrea and I were just talking about this yesterday, that we need to go back to reteaching you guys how to sell the sizzle. Andrea, isn't that exactly what she's doing as she goes along? She's selling the sizzle.
Yeah, and you know, it's interesting because I was just going to ask you this, because I used to do this, but I used to put a little checklist with every product that we're doing. Is that sort of what you mean? You're saying, okay, check it if you love it and you want to take
Well, I kind of go through that at the end. Please check or tell me what you're the most interested in. But if you're really watching them, you can pick up a lot of visual on what they're the most interested in. Well, and so if I can get them that, yes, they can't live without that skincare or they have to have that lipstick, then it comes down to the end of what is affordable for them.
Okay.
And taking it from there. But yeah, if you don't get them excited about it, you're not going to sell it.
Well, and Andrea and I are both very firm believers in Mary Kay's words, as well as the training that we got from David Cooper. And so we're going to be working a lot with you guys on the Moving and Grooving videos in December on memorizing those scripts and having those words and overcoming the objections and, you know, really being able to sell that sizzle. And Vicki, it just sounds like you've mastered that instinctively. And I think it's just your past experience in Retail America. So, you know, one of the things that, you know, we really have been talking about a lot lately is it is important that you guys are selling the product. And it's super important that you're telling people, you're my customer for life. And, you know, I've never really said that. What I've always said is I'm not looking for a one-time sale. And I would actually prefer that you invest the 100 or the 200 in your skincare than 1,000 in glamour. But Andrea, tell them how you say it about the customer for life. I wrote that down and I'm like, I'm using that, and I used it yesterday, immediately after she taught it to me.
Well, I think in the video yesterday, I just said, I am not here to just sell product to you or to anybody else. I'm really here to be your consultant for life and have you be my customer for life.
Yeah.
So.
And I think it's establishing that relationship. And when she said that, when I was handing out the product to everybody yesterday, which she also brought product for other kids, her one daughter who's in college said, you know, the one thing I'll never switch from is Clinique has this mascara and I just love it. And it's this tiny little brush. And I pulled out Lash Love and I showed her the little brush. I go, is it smaller than this? And she goes, no, the brush is about the same size, but the tube is smaller. And I go, I bet you pay a lot more for it. So in her bag, I said, by the way, I've given you each a gift with purchase. And she pulled out the mascara and she goes, oh, is this my gift? And I said, yes. And she goes, are you trying to get me to change my loyalty? And I said, yes, because I want you to be my customer for life. And when I said that, her mother went, wow. And so, and I pulled that right from what Andrea had said. So you guys, it's so important that when you hear new things, if you don't have an appointment or a party immediately to start practicing it, write it down and start saying it out loud over and over and over again. A lot of times when Andrea and I talk, or if I talk to one of my mentors, Melita Daly, when I hang up, I look at my notes and I start saying it out loud. Because when you say things out loud, and Andrea is so much better at this brain stuff than I am from all of her training and everything, but when you say things out loud, your subconscious grabs onto it and tries to make it true. It tries to make a permanent wave in the brain. So when you say it 14, 15, 16, 17 times, it makes a permanent wave in the brain, and then it spits out of your mouth automatically. And, you know, I have done David Cooper. I've been to 3 of his workshops, and I memorized those scripts. I memorized it. Like I said, I'm Moving and Grooving. I paid money for those workshops, and I memorized those scripts. I'm like, I'm not spending my time and my money. Y'all are spending time right now. Time is money. On this video, if you are not writing things down and immediately rehearsing, make that permanent wave in your brain when you hear something. You know, I'm looking for customers for life. I want you to be my customer for life. I want to be your consultant for life. I'm in here for life. People have consultants in Mary Kay that come and go. And you need to say, this is my business. I'm not leaving. This is not a temporary fix for me. This is it. This is a lifelong journey. And, you know, that's why it was so important to me that with Jules, when she recruited, I said, you got to have a bang up introduction story, because that was something that Andrea had from the get-go. And I never taught her to do that. She would come right out and say, you know, I'm a dietitian in the Army and I love doing that and I love helping people, but I am looking for a plan B. And this is my plan B. And I just thank you. I mean, it was so good. It was so good. I still remember it. And she did. She said, this is how I'm going to pay for my master's so that I can be a better educator and a better teacher for children with special needs. If that doesn't just hit your heart, you know?
Yeah.
And so I think it's so important that you guys have just that 1 or 2 sentences in the beginning. You know, this is going to afford my husband and I to retire. This is going to allow my husband to stay home because he's disabled now. This is going to allow us to, you know, be able to retire earlier. This is going to allow us to go on a family vacation this year debt-free. This is going to allow us to pay off our credit cards. Be upfront with people. When you are transparent, it makes all the difference in the world. When you are your authentic self. Go ahead, Dre.
Sorry, I was going to tell you that the statistic right here, 65% of the population are visual learners. So as you're talking about taking notes, what she says is powerful, and we always encourage you. But if you're not going back and pausing and saying, you know, in fact, this is what I did in DIQ. I would listen to a CD or watch a training video, and I would write word for word what Joanna or the person doing the teaching on the DVD was, the CD, sorry. I would write it in my notebook word for word, because then visually seeing it, hearing it, visually seeing it in your own writing, like Joe just says, it actually cements in your brain. And then of course, practicing out loud. So that's 65% are visual learners of the population. That's probably one of us.
Yep, that's important. Okay, guys. Okay, Amy, what you going to talk about tonight? What are you bringing to the table besides that adorable little princess on your lap?
She is. You made her giggle. I was just really excited that you guys talked about asking for the sale. I think so many of my teammates in particular hesitated to do that. And I'm like, well, why are we there? Why do we want to get together and show them anything if we are afraid to ask for that sale? I feel like I'm bothering somebody. I feel like I'm being pushy or needy. And I'm like, no, this is our business. And I sometimes see that that's a frustration that's hard to get them to understand. So I was really glad that you mentioned that, because if you don't, then we're just a paid volunteer, or a volunteer because we're not paid.
Right,
You know,
an unpaid volunteer. You're right. You're right. And, you know, I don't mind ever doing the leave your purse in the car parties, or, you know, I'm looking for models for my portfolio. But Christy Cox, who is a director in the Tarbert area, I learned something from her years ago. I heard her say it and I wrote it down, and I started saying it in my head over and over and over again. She said, there's no, and she's very Southern, isn't she, Andrea? Very Southern. And she says, you know, there is no obligation to purchase anything, but I dare you not to fall in love with our products. So I think that's cute. That's catchy. There's no obligation to purchase anything, but I dare you not to fall in love with our products. And then at the end of her show, she says, now, how many of you fell in love with our products tonight? And this is something David Cooper does too. He asks a question and he puts his own hand up, or he nods and smiles like this. And he is not in your face. He actually, when he trains, he's very soft-spoken. Mary Kay was very soft-spoken. You don't have to be in people's face. And I have to tell you, I know y'all think that I don't have the power to do this, but I become very soft when I close my sales, when I'm closing that party or that facial. You know, and I'm not like, well, girlfriend, you got to take this home. I'm more like, you know, what do you visualize having in your bathroom tonight when you clean your face? What would just be so exciting to wake up to in the morning? I just said that to a young lady the other day, and she bought the whole 3D set. She goes, I can't even afford this, but I'm so excited about waking up to it in the morning.
That's great. Does she put it next to her pillow?
I don't know, but she said, she goes, I don't have a boyfriend, so this is what I have to look forward to.
Love it. Love it.
And you know, guys, one thing about especially our young ladies is they want immediate gratification. And that's why when you have that product to hand to them, Vicki, doesn't that make all the difference in the world when your ladies walk out the door? Yeah, makes a huge difference. Huge difference. Okay, well, I see Arlene is on, but I think she's on in 2 different places. So, Arlene, do you want to jump in and say anything?
No, I'm listening.
Okay, okay. And
Trying to write everything down.
Okay, good. You write it down, girlfriend. Who is Galaxy S6? I'm looking at their ceiling. Is that Keely?
Yes,
Is that
That's
Keely? Keely, I just unmuted. No, Keely, you got to unmute yourself, girlfriend. You got to work with me, girl.
There we
you
go.
Hey, girl, welcome to Mary Kay. I'm your grandmother in Mary Kay, and Andrea would be your auntie.
Okay.
She's your much younger auntie. I'm your much older grandmother. But I'm glad that you're on. I'm so glad you're
It took
on.
me a minute. I figured it out though.
Okay. Well, Vicki, have you put her on the Shy Family Superstars Facebook page as
no,
well?
I
Okay,
have
you
not.
can do that. You have permission to
All
do
right.
that. To put her on that. So
Okay.
we're really excited you're on. So Keely, what are you most excited about with your business?
I all of it. Oh.
Well, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. Are you local there to Vicki?
No.
Where are you?
I'm in Richmond, Missouri.
Wow, are you cold?
Yes.
Well, I'm
Yes.
in Arizona and I'm cold too because my blood has thinned, and I can't stand to be cold anymore. So we're so excited
Right.
you're on. And
Oh yes. This past weekend we had a little blizzard up here. It got quite cold.
well, you know what? All your friends need satin hands and satin lips, and they need the skin
Right?
refresh and microdermabrasion to take off those dead skin cells.
Yep.
Even the men that you know, if you will just put a little hand cream in their hands, they're going to want it. They don't care what color it is or what it smells like.
Right.
But I remember living in New Jersey and selling so much product to the guys, especially who worked outside. So go hit them
Oh, I
up.
bet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're excited to have you on. And, you know, you can reach out to myself or Andrea or Vicki. We are all here for you. It's a team effort. We really, truly believe that it takes a village. Amy is on. Amy's been in my unit for 100 years at least. And she is very proficient. She is very, very knowledgeable as well. And her mother, Arlene. So we're really excited you guys are on. Okay, well, I'm going to mute you. And Andrea, quit. She keeps hiding. There she
No,
is.
I'm just getting samples as you're talking. I'm getting all my samples ready for my clients. So
Okay, Andrea, can you tell them your look that you have on today? Because it's really super cute.
really, thank you.
Like she
No,
didn't
you don't
know
ever
you knew
say
that.
that. You say, "Why? Thank you. I received that." Okay, I gotta look at the number. Hold on, I don't know all the names.
I know. Are y'all still learning the names? You watch. Keely will know them before all of us because they're fresh in her mind. It's the only thing she'll know.
It's so great. Can I say one thing before, for those who also will be watching the video?
Yeah.
I saw a big old conversation on our director Facebook page about really honoring our Mary Kay legalities or legal guidelines. And even though you might see top people doing something, if you're on Facebook, you can talk about how much you love a product. You can talk about the benefits of a product, but you cannot ask for a sale. You cannot ask for people to join you to your meeting. You cannot ask people to call to action, go to your website. And that's a real challenge because Facebook is not meant to be for business. So just know that Joe and I have always followed Mary Kay's principles. And so we just want to continue our legacy of being women of excellence and shining stars that truly are the epitome of what Mary Kay asked us to do. So just wanted to say that. And if you have any questions, there is a wonderful legal ease, like a certification now under In Touch, where you would go for MKU, color certification, and skincare confident. Now there's legal ease. And I actually think we should applaud or celebrate those people who complete it by the end of the year, just because there's a lot of things that we want to honor.
Yeah.
And I wanted to start with that. So
You know what? On that note, Andrea, hang on, just a thought. I think we should do some type of end of the year gift for everyone who's done MKU, color certification, and skincare certification. Would you guys agree with that? That might be something good for people to do a little bit in their downtime, because the holiday season is not busy at all. So much downtime.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. But really, when you want to escape your family, you say, I have to go do MK University.
And since we're getting into the holidays, this is something different. I'm actually going to post it at my Facebook group, but just so I can do a little bit of teaching before telling you my colors. I was just on one of my Deb Erickson there's a wonderful podcast for you guys. It's free. I do it on my phone. I highly, highly recommend, if you are not subscribing to her work, which is a monthly fee, go and get the free stuff. And she's fabulous. And I have definitely taken much of what she has taught me, as well as Landmark Education, and given you my 21-day mind shift happens. But what she said is so few people understand that right here, as we end November, get into December, this is where you want to totally push it to create momentum for the new year. Mm-hmm. Because she said, what happens in the new year is by January 5th, you're thinking, okay, I'm going to get started. You're not really going to see anything until March. Mm-hmm. So, but doing it now, everyone is out. Everyone is somewhat cheerful. This is where I would be. And when you're busy, your intention is going to be less on getting people. Mm-hmm. It is the intention of, oh, I'm so busy, but you're cute. Here, I want to invite you to be in my Chroma Fusion. You have an intention that's not looking or attacking people. It's really about being a giver. And so that's why you want to always be prepared and get out. I'm struggling with my cast. I can't get out as much. But this is what she said. So I hope that you'll take that for being on tonight. Just start getting as many faces and get excited about the Chroma Fusion and Power Start Plus, because it will make a difference, especially when January 1st hits. Okay, my look. Thank you for that compliment, by the way. I am wearing, of course, Blossom. I love Blossom. It's such a great matte color. I also did Dusty Rose and Golden Mauve. Mm. So this was Dusty Mauve, the Dusty Rose, and I did it the dome application technique that I taught you about the other day. I did Golden Mauve in the corners. Mm-hmm. And then I did Golden Mauve underneath the eye. And then I did I did my tight line underneath. And then I did my liquid eyeliner.
Okay, Andrea, what did you put right here that's catching the light in your selfie camera?
That would be, I think that is the, wait a minute, am I doing rose gold? Hold on, maybe I got
you
rose
got
gold.
Something right here that's light. That's
maybe catching. Maybe I have a rose gold.
Yes.
Gold.
Okay.
Maybe it is.
So you guys, as you're talking to your customers and saying, hey, listen, if you don't have time to get together with me, let me give you a few tips as you go to your holiday parties and you have your family over, because you're going to be taking lots and lots of pictures and posting them. So let me just walk through a couple of tips. Our rose gold is great to put right in the center right here, okay? Just a pop of it right here, because the camera catches it and loves it. Also, I learned this when I modeled in college. If you can take a blue, and it sounds weird, but if you will take a dot of a blue, a dot, like pinpoint dot, and put it, I'm trying not to poke myself here, and put it right, like when you're looking at your iris, right in the center, right on your eye line, right here, just a dot of blue. You may not even hardly be able to see it. The camera loves blue in the center of the eye. I don't care if they have brown eyes or green eyes or blue eyes or purple eyes. Just a dot of the lightest blue that we have. And you really won't be able to see it, but when you take pictures, it's going to pop. But putting something light right here like that rose gold. What's another lighter one, Andrea, in the color scheme? I'd have to look at the colors.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I know what it was. No. I know what I did. Candlelight. You guys,
Candlelight.
I love that color.
Okay. Candlelight's real good to put right here as well. Now, Andrea, look straight in the camera, and I'm going to look straight in the camera. When Andrea looks straight in the camera and then blink, and then she blinks, you see her entire eyelid. The way my eye is shaped, you don't see my eyelid. She has more deep set eyes. She has more like Mary Kay eyes. So she has a lot of room to work with here. Vicki, you're more like me. You're a hooded eye, but you're more like me. So you really kind of lose a lot of that. But we don't have as much playroom there, but we can do a lot up here, and we can do the V, works really well. But when Andrea does the V, she does a deep V. We'd say a capital V. We do a little V. right here because it's going to get lost anyway. Also, one of the questions a lot of people ask is, should I line underneath? As you get older, should you not line underneath? It's not an age thing. It's an eye shape thing. Completely different. Also, as you reach a more interesting age, some people, their eyes water a lot. So to wear something on the bottom, it's going to get yucky anyway. So just don't bother. Put a little biscotti or put, what's the other light one? Biscotti, or what's the other one you said?
Oh, Blossom.
Blossom. Put a tiny bit underneath the eye just to kind of lighten that eye area a little bit, and it makes it pop a little bit because we tend to get darker under here as we get a more interesting age. Okay. Also, to put the candlelight right here in the corner of your eye, just a dot of it, the camera loves it. So when you explain these techniques to your customers, say, you know, just look in your cabinet, see what you have. Look in your makeup, you know, maybe FaceTime me. I'll walk you through it. Make sure you have the right things. But you really want your camera to just love those eyes. Make sure your cheek color's way on the outside, not on the inside, and that you have a good popping lipstick. So good luck with the holidays, and let me know how it works out for you. She's going to call you. She's going to go, okay, I've got 15 minutes. Show me what you're talking about. I have had people come over with their own glamour. And after going through kind of some like, oh, well, okay, okay, let me see what we can work with here. And kind of working through it, then I might say, you know what, Andrea, why don't we do this? If you want to transition to our ChromaFusion, just if you really want to upgrade, listen to how I say this, if you really want to upgrade your colors, I will give you 1% off for every one of these shadows that you will throw away right now, up to 25 shadows. 25 shadows, lipsticks, cheek colors. Let's toss them. Let's get you a compact with 3 awesome colors, a great cheek color, and a lip color you can wear to every event and be confident that your makeup is going to look awesome. Look what I'm doing. Does that sound like something you might want to do? If not, I completely understand. I completely understand. But girlfriend, it's time for you to upgrade. You guys listening? I want a thumbs up. Andrea's not around. She's like, yeah, come over right now. It's a 5-hour drive.
Hey, Joe, you know, we have presented quite a bit since, you know, even October, and the Shake Up Your Makeup is a great idea. Don't stop using that. We've just got now new, you know, contest, you know, so sometimes you just want to use those quick phrases to find out what's going to have that customer bite.
Yeah. Shake up your makeup. A checkup from the neck up. A new look in the new year. And you got to do this with your head. Okay, so what did we learn tonight? Get your momentum going in December, so January is awesome. Book, book, book. Call every guy you know and sell him gift certificates and finish your star. I'm offering prizes for finishing your star this month. I know Andrea's doing incentives for stars. You guys don't miss out on this. I think the prizes this quarter are always the best. I'm like maxing out at 9,000 now because this is the best. These are the best prizes. So anyway, so I am going to go ahead and just tell you guys that you've all won a prize tonight for being on. And so, Keely, I'll need you to email me your information, or Vicki will tell you how to get a hold of me. And so I can mail these out tomorrow. But I have got, now I think, Vicki, don't you already have one of these on your cell phone? Okay. Amy, do you have one? Okay, so you put this on the back of your cell phone and you put your business cards in it. So Vicki's already got one of these. So Vicki, I'm going to be sending you this is so stinking cute. Nobody can get these anymore. It's this really cute little nail file, but it says, I love my Mary Kay. And you pull it out and you just lay it down, just wherever you're sitting, anywhere you go, you just lay it down, or you drop it. And someone will go, oh, you dropped that. And you go, oh my gosh, thank you so much. You know what? I need to thank you by giving you a free makeover. Okay. All right. So Amy, you're getting one of these. And Keely, you're getting one of these. And I think Mom Arlene needs to get our beautiful scarf, because I'll bet she's a scarf girl. Oh, Amy's like, okay, send it to me and I'll decide. But we have, I'm not going to take it out of the packaging, but it's this gorgeous scarf that we got at seminar this year. And I think Mama Arlene should get this because she's just so awesome. Arlene, give me a thumbs up. And Amy, if we see you wearing it next week, we're going to know what's going on. All right, just because we don't have Talk to Me Tuesday for the month of December does not mean you guys are not loved, and we don't want you to stay close in touch with us. So Moving and Grooving is going to still be there every single week. Andrea and I will be there, and we'll be doing these videos, and we're working on some other fun projects, and it's going to be awesome. And you guys are going to have an amazing end of November, and your December is going to be fabulous. Almost every year, up until a few years ago, I would say, I'm not even counting on any appointments during December. I'm not going to schedule any parties or any facials. I'm just going to do reorders. And I end up doing 15, 20 faces because I have planted the seed and put the bug in my customer's ear that when they have family in town and they get sick of their family, bring their family over here and I'll do makeovers on everyone. I'll put charcoal mask on them and so their face won't move. And because of that, they call me and say, oh my gosh, I'm about to kill my mother-in-law. Can we come over? Absolutely. So be ready for that and call I cannot stress to you guys enough. Right now, the men are panicking. I watched my daughter's boyfriend this past weekend doing the Black Friday sales and running things by me and saying, what about this? What about this? What about this? Panicking. And this is just a boyfriend. Can you imagine like the guys who are married to the women, what they're like, what kind of vacuum do you think she wants? She don't want no vacuum, okay?
So funny.
All right, guys, you have an amazing rest of the month. It is going to be awesome. Keely, we're so glad you were on. Welcome to our family, Shy Family Superstars. We are so excited to have you, and you stay warm. You guys have an awesome evening, and on 3, I'm going to unmute everybody. On 3, Keely's going to be like, what are we doing? On 3, we're all going to say bye, y'all. 1, 2, 3. Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, everybody.